مجمع الأندلس التعليمي، تعلم عصري ملهم بهوية وطنية وقيم إسلامية.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. Hi grade 8 students, and welcome back to a new lesson for today. Have a quick look at our value for today before embarking on giving our lesson. Today our lesson is mainly devoted to grammar. We are going to study the difference between the adjective and the adverb. So let's get started. Before going through our lesson, I want you to watch, listen, and try to understand the components of the following video.
The simplest sentences have just a subject and a verb. Verbs tell you the action. What did Jane do? Jane sang. But what if you want to know if Jane was a good singer? That's when you use an adverb. Jane sang beautifully. Jane sang terribly. How well she sang is important information conveyed only by the adverb. We say the adverb modifies the verb in these examples. In this way, an adverb adds more information, usually about time, often, rarely, yesterday, manner, well, reluctantly, quickly, or place. Here, there, and everywhere. When adverbs modify verbs, they can appear before or after the verb. The dog loudly ate. The dog ate loudly. Usually one way will sound better than the other, but both are correct. Adverbs can also be used to modify adjectives, but in that case, they appear in front of the adjective. Mr. Rochester is rather unpleasant. Here, unpleasant is an adjective, and rather tells you a little bit more about how unpleasant he is. Is he extremely unpleasant? No, but he's rather unpleasant. Adverbs can even modify other adverbs. He thinks very highly of her. Highly is an adverb. It tells you what he thinks about her. And how highly? Very highly. Here, very is an adverb that modifies highly, another adverb. Many adverbs end in ly, especially the adverbs derived from adjectives. Quick becomes quickly. Clever becomes cleverly. Gentle becomes gently. But there are lots of adverbs that don't end in ly. Now, never, there, close, deep, very, well, and so on. The way to identify an adverb is to see that it's modifying a verb, adverb, or adjective. Don't be alarmed if you find a word that can act like both an adverb and an adjective. The fast horse jumped over the fence. The boy ran fast. In the first sentence, fast modifies a noun, horse, so it's acting as an adjective. But in the second sentence, fast modifies the verb ran, so it's acting as an adverb. Same word. It's all about the context.
We've just had a nice idea about the difference between the adjective and an adverb, an adjective and an adverb. Okay, so there are certain adverbs of manner, frequency, time, and degree. You're already acquainted with the difference between these types of adjectives according to the video that you've just mentioned, that you've just listened to. Okay, now I want you to read the example. The example is below. What does each of the adverb express? Match them from 1 to 6 with A to F. The soldiers sat outside the tent. Okay, so yes, the soldiers sat outside the tent. Yes, means where something happened. So this is an adverb of place. Expresses the place where something happened. Number 2, Salah ad-Din gladly helped King Richard. Right. How something happened. This adverb expresses how something happened. So this is called an adverb of manner. Number 3, first, they gave the king ice, then they gave him fruit. Correct. The order in which something happened. This is called sequence. Sequence. Number 4, the soldiers always fought bravely. The soldiers fought bravely. Right. F. How often something happened. This is called an adverb of frequency. Number 5, all the knights were very surprised. Correct. The intensity with which something happened. An adverb of degree. Number 6, King Richard was wounded. King Richard was wounded. King Richard was wounded yesterday. Correct. When something happened. An adverb of time. Now, my students, I want you to complete the sentence with the correct adverbs. Usually, tomorrow, outside, happily, then, rarely. First, I have breakfast. Yes, then I brush my teeth. First, I have breakfast, then I brush my teeth. Okay? So this is called an adverb of sequence. Sequence. Number 2, Amin was correct. Amin was really excited. Really, an adverb of manner. Amin was really excited about the game. Number 3, Salim usually goes to the gym after work. Number 4, we were waiting for you outside. An adverb of place. Hasna happily. Hasna happily helped her sister. Adverb of manner. Hasna happily helped her sister with their homework. I'm going on a trip tomorrow. An adverb of time. An adverb of time. Now, my students, our second and final objective today is to learn and practice certain vocabulary items. Okay, now look at this word. This is called a tent. You already know what a tent is. A tent. Ahmed likes to sleep in a tent. A tent. Number 2, first aid kit. First aid kit. Did you learn to use any first aid kit at school? Number 3, compass. A compass. Sailors relied on a compass to find their way across the ocean. A compass. A compass. Number 4, a backpack. Backpack. Her backpack must have weighed 20 pounds. Torch. He flashed the torch into the dark room. Torch. Number 2, matches. Matches. You should always strike a match away from you. Number 3, sunscreen. Sunscreen. It is a substance you put on your skin to prevent it from being burned by the sun. Sunscreen. Number 4, whistle. Whistle, yes. The referee blew his whistle for half time. Insect repellent. Insect repellent. Don't forget to bring insect repellent. which is a chemical to keep insects away. Rope. A sailor threw a rope ashore and we tied the boat to a post. Fishing gear. Fishing gear. I'd like to go fishing with my fishing gear. Sleeping bag. Sleeping bag. Sleeping bag. Get a sleeping bag that's warm but light in weight. Now I want you to look and write the correct number next to each word. Number 1, yes, a tent. Number 2, backpack. Number 3, insect repellent. Number 4, robe. Number 5, sleeping bag. Sleeping bag. Number 6, sunscreen. 7, fishing gear. Number 8, whistle. Number 9, torch. Number 10, matches. 11, compass. 12, first aid kit. Number 12 is the first aid kit.
مجمع الأندلس التعليمي، تعلم عصري ملهم بهوية وطنية وقيم إسلامية.